Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Bit of a strange one today. I'm asked by a lot of people which silicone bands fit which Sinn watches, as Sinn, I hate to say it, are a little bit vague on which ones do. So I picked this up. This is designated as a 556 on the paperwork, and it features the new clasp. I've left the plastic on there, but as you can see, the big difference with new clasp straight off the bat is the older ones have a groove, top and bottom, shut line, and the new ones simply don't. And they have the two buttons here, which make it much easier to actually open. Opens like so, and it features micro adjustment. You lift this section up and slide the band in and out. The older models do not offer any kind of micro adjustment at all. I was once thinking of drilling a secondary hole in there. So no, so this is the brand new style. So with all these 20mm watches I've got from Sinn here, it'll be interesting to see which one they actually do fit and which don't, say. But before I get too far into this, I've got to say a big thank you to the team over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth for allowing me to review this piece. Lots of cool, interesting brands, some you may know, some you may not know. So if you're in the Midlands area, strongly recommend popping in. If you're a bit too far afield, well, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description and at the bottom of the page now. Or else if you do contact them, please mention the channel. So, okay, obviously this should fit the 556. So we have a 556 here, as we can see. And how I fit these is I get one side, I place the spring bar in first, so get it in the hole, and then, and you've got to keep a bit of pressure on these to actually do all this. A little bit awkward when you've got a camera in front of you, and then I actually press the silicone band into the lug section. So now all I have to do is press the spring bar in like so. Now I'm keeping pressure. You can see by my fingers I've got pressure on this, and there you hear a click. So that is, you know, it fits obviously perfect, as one would expect considering this is made for this watch. So anyway, let's press that in. I say made for a watch, it does say 856 on the inner section there. And now press the lug in and it comes out. So we know that's a perfect fit, as we suspected. So let's go a little bit old school. Sinn 656. Believe it or not, the 656 came out before the 556, but that's kind of weird logic for you. So again, place one side in first, place that, the silicone over like so. And I'm expecting this to fit because they are a very similar case, or if not the same. Click, and it fits. No gap, all there. Actually, that looks really good on the silicone strap. Let's press that in, and there you go. So 656, 556, no problem. Shall we try? Let's try the 104. So this one's a little bit more dressy, this watch, but still 20mm and a 40mm case size. So one side in first. Now this one's a little bit more awkward when it comes to releasing, because we don't have exposed lug spring bar holes here for the lugs. Is that in? And this one is very, very tight. I'm positive it will go in. I think we just need to press that a little bit. They can be a little bit awkward. There we go. Now that should work. There we go, that's in. So I'm keeping pressure on it, stopping it from coming out, and then click, and it's in. Perfect. So that's good to know. Now when it comes to releasing these, obviously you can't see anything. So get your spring bar tool, just press the silicone out the way, and there, and it's out, done. So that's interesting. We know that it fits 556, 656, and the 104. 103. Now I'm not sure about this one because of the case design on the back. Let's have a quick play. Will it work? Click. Now, technically it fits, but look, if I press it down a little bit, you do get a small, tiny gap. But to be fair, I don't think that really is a problem, because when it's on the wrist, it won't do that. So really, we'll say that's a fit, to be fair. Let's put the spring bar in there. There we go. So we know that also fits. Now, let's try the original Hydro. This is originally a 1990s watch when it first came out, and it was the very first Sinn watch I ever got. I got myself. Click, and does that fit? Absolutely lovely, spot on. So it seems like the 556 is actually very, very versatile. And he says, but can I get the spring bar out? Of course I cannot. There we go. Okay, so we know it fits them. Now, the U50, I don't believe it does fit. I'm going to swap the spring bar over here because it can be quite tight. So I'm going to swap from the Sinn original 20mm to try and give myself a little bit more of a fighting chance, a 19mm spring bar. So if I put that in as so. The reason why I say I don't think this one will fit is they do a designated own U50 silicone strap. I say this actually isn't really a U50, but it's a U15, and it's come out the other side already. So I'll show you that one in a second. We'll have a look, see what the differences actually are. So I'm going to try and fit that in now. No, I don't think it's going to. It's a little bit tight. Let's have a look at the differences. So this is designated as a U50, as we can see up there. And to be fair, when you look at it there, it looks, the spring bar is a little bit lower, the hole, as we can see. So that must be why they do that. So it doesn't fit that one. Okay, that's a no-go. What about an EZM? Oh, is that going to focus? An EZM 13. Now, this is the original 13. Now, these are notoriously awkward for getting bracelets in and out of. I do struggle with these ones sometimes, and that's me saying that. Oh, it's a tiny gap at the top. Oh, no. Oh, no. Where? It's come loose. That's why. Let's just see. I've had this watch for over, I don't know now, is it 10 years? No, it keeps coming out. I don't want to really put the other one in. I think I'm going to have to try it with the 20mm, which could be a little bit of a pain. I'm a bit not ideal because these are awkward. You'll see in a minute if it does depress. Yeah, you see how I struggle with that? It doesn't want to go all the way down, so I am going to have to switch over to the 19. As you can see, they are incredibly awkward. For some reason, these ones, the EZM 13, I've always struggled with. And I'm so used to doing this kind of thing. Now, that's gone in too easy. Does that mean the other side is out? Oh, that's in. Okay, there you go. So, and actually, that's pretty perfect, to be fair. It doesn't lift or anything. So it will even fit. Oh, you can see a tiny bit of a hole there. So, but you can get away with it. So there we go. So it does fit that. The last watch I have is the OG EZM1. Let's face it, the watch really puts in on the... kind of really got everyone's attention. Here we go. Click. And perfect on that one. No problem at all. So just so if you're after a silicone strap and your strap isn't at your model isn't listed as having one, you now know that the actual 556 will possibly fit. The only thing I would say, and this is one of those things, I don't particularly like the large clasp on the 40mm watches. Reason why is it's like the same length as the actual watch itself. Like on the 556, yeah, it just looks so big, this clasp. There's nothing technically wrong with it, but what I prefer is the butterfly style clasp you have here. You have micro adjustment on there on both sides, and it is a very clean looking strap. And it kind of, when you look at it next to a 40mm case size or so, it looks right. The larger one, like we can see here, this one here is with a custom leather strap system. I've worked with my friend over at John over at Black Island Leather Works. He and myself came up with this idea of being able to fit custom leather bands onto the actual Sinn clasps. And you come with 3 of them, so you do get a certain level of micro adjustment. But as you can see, one of these large clasps, when paired up with a larger 44mm watch, it kind of works. I don't mind that at all. But the smaller clasp, here's one of the older type, I think work better on the smaller actual, on the smaller 40mm models. I believe this one here is my 556 one. I've had this for, oh God, many, many years, possibly coming on for, I don't know, I'd say around about 15 years, this one. So it is a really cool bit of kit. I like the silicone bands, and obviously they're available in different colors. I think the colors I don't have are green and I think there's a blue also. So, you do have options. And remember, you can fit different kind of bracelets also to different bands to these silicone these clasps. So you can see wire mesh style there as well. So anyway, I hope that might have helped some people, but now you know which ones it fits and which ones it doesn't. Anyway, all the best, guys, and most importantly, you all stay safe out there. Take care. Bye.